Hi students and viewers, welcome to Diamond Group of Institution KSET and NEET online classes. So today we are going to discuss about states of matter. So here first one, at identical temperature and pressure. So here temperature and pressure at identical, the rate of diffusion of hydrogen gas, the rate of diffusion of hydrogen gas is 3 root 3 times. Okay, the rate of diffusion of hydrogen gas is 3 root 3 times that of hydrocarbon. Okay, so the rate of diffusion of hydrogen gas is 3 root 3 times of that of hydrocarbon having molecular formula CnH2n minus 2. Okay, CnH2n minus 2. So here what is the n value? Here what is the n value? That is the question. So option A 1, option B 4, option C 3, option D 8. So this is a hint for this question. First, from the given data, so here I am took some points here. The given rate of diffusion of hydrogen, rate of diffusion of hydrogen gas is RH2, means rate of diffusion of hydrogen, and rate of diffusion of hydrocarbon is RHC, I mean rate of diffusion of hydrocarbon. So rate of diffusion of hydrogen, rate of diffusion of hydrogen, it is equal to what? Rate of diffusion of hydrogen gas, it is equal to 3 root 3 times that of hydrocarbon. So rate of diffusion of hydrogen gas, it is equal to 3 root 3 times of hydrocarbon. That is equation 1. Okay, so this is equation we get from the question, right? So here also pressure and temperature is constant because of an identical temperature and pressure, means here pressure and temperature is constant. So what is the related equation here? Graham's law of diffusion. Graham's law of diffusion. What is Graham's law of diffusion? Rate of diffusion at a identical temperature and pressure, rate of diffusion, it is inversely proportional to square root of molecular mass. Okay, so rate of diffusion, it is inversely proportional to square root of molecular mass. That is rate of diffusion. So here m equal to what? Molar mass, right? So rate of diffusion of hydrogen gas and rate of diffusion of hydrogen carbon, it is equal to, so square root of molecular mass of hydrocarbon by molecular mass of hydrogen. So here what is the value of molecular mass of hydrogen? That is 2. Okay, hydrogen molecular mass is 2. So therefore rate of diffusion of hydrogen by rate of diffusion of hydrocarbon equal to molecular mass of hydrocarbon by molecular mass of hydrogen. That is 2. Okay, so from the equation 1, what is from equation 1? Rate of diffusion of hydrogen gas, it is equal to 3 times of hydrocarbon. Therefore, the ratio of rate of hydrogen gas, rate of diffusion of hydrogen and rate of diffusion of hydrocarbon, that is equal to what? 3 root 3. So therefore, in the place of rate of diffusion of hydrogen gas by rate of diffusion of hydrocarbon, it is equal to what here? 3 root 3. So therefore, from equation 1, 3 root 3 equal to, so square root of molecular mass of hydrocarbon by 2. Okay, so here, so squaring on both side, now this is, it is becomes to 27, and here molecular mass of hydrocarbon by 2, but we want to find out what? Molecular mass of hydrocarbon. So therefore molecular mass of hydrocarbon equal to 27 into, that is nothing but a 54, means here CnH2n minus 2, that is a hydrocarbon molecular formula, that compound molecular formula molecular mass is 54. So molar mass of hydrocarbon, what is that kind of hydrocarbon? CnH2n minus 2, that is equal to how much? 54. So therefore we already know one carbon equal to 12 molecular mass and one hydrogen equal to 1 here. Therefore, CnH2n minus 2 is the formula. So one carbon molecular formula 12 into N. So here N, and one hydrogen, mass is 1. Okay, mass is 1. So 12 into N plus 1 and 2N minus 2 into 2N minus 2. That is equal to how much? 54. So from this simplification, N value is, we get the 4. So therefore, what is the N value here? 4. That is B answer. Next, question number 2. If the density of liquid, if the density of liquid water is 1.0 gram centimeter minus 3, and that of water vapor is 0.0006 grams centimeter minus cube at 100 degrees Celsius and 1 atmosphere, then the volume occupied by water molecule, then the volume occupied by water molecule in 1 liter of steam at this temperature is how much? That is the question. Okay, so option A is 6 centimeter cube, B is 60 centimeter cube, C is 0.6 centimeter cube, D is 0.06 centimeter cube. So right here, int mass is equal to mass, it is equal to volume into density. We already well known about that. So here, mass of 1 liter of steam, mass of 1 liter of steam, mass of 1 liter of steam equal to, what is the equation? Volume into density. So here volume is how much here? First 1 liter. 1 liter equal to 1000 milliliters. And density is how much here? 0.0006 grams. Okay. So therefore, mass of 1 liter steam equal to volume into density. Here volume is 1 liter. 1 liter is nothing but 1000 milliliter. And density is 0.0006 grams. So 1000 into 0.0006 is nothing but 0.6 grams. So what is this? Mass of 1 liter steam, that is 0.6 grams. But here the question is volume. So therefore, volume of 0.6 grams, volume of 0.6 grams liquid water, that is equal to mass by density. Mass equal to volume into density, and volume equal to mass by density. So here, what is the mass here? Mass of 1 liter steam is how much? 0.6 grams. And density, mass, volume of 0.6 grams liquid water, density here 1.0 grams. Okay, that is the density. Therefore, mass by density in here 0.6 by 1.0 is nothing but 0.6 centimeter cube of volume. Therefore, option C is the answer. So next, question number 3. Which of the following correctly represents the variation of density, variation of density of an ideal gas with change in temperature? Okay, so which of the following, so among these four, which of the following is correctly represent the variation of density of an ideal gas with a change in temperature? Option A, D2 equal to D1 into T1 by T1 P2 by T2 P1, and D2 equal to density, D2 equal to D2 into T2 T1 by P2 P1. Option C, D2 equal to D1 into P1 T1 by P2 T2. Option D, D2 equal to D1 into P2 T2 by P1 T1. So here student, this is a hint. We know that the equation is D1 T1 by P1 equal to D2 T2 by P2. Okay, this is the equation. So from this D2 equal to so D2 equal to D1 into T1 P2 by T2 P1. Okay, that is the relation. So what is here? D2 equal, this is the equation. This is the equation. From this equation, D2 equal to D1 into T1 P2 by T2 P1. So this is the related equation. Therefore, first one, D2 equal to D1 into T1 P2 by T2 P1. So this is the equation. Right. Next, question number 4. Molar volume of carbon dioxide CO2 is maximum at what? So molar volume molar volume of carbon dioxide is maximum at what? So option A NTP, option B 0 degrees and 2.0 atmospheres, option C 127 degrees and 1 atmosphere, option D 273 degrees and 2 atmosphere. So in which condition, in these four, in which condition molar volume of carbon dioxide is maximum? That is the question. So here int is PV equal to RT. So this is the equation, PV equal to RT. From this V equal to RT by P. Okay, RT by P. So here R is the constant value and we want to find out the T by P here. For any gases here, greater the value of T by P, greater the value of T by P. If the T by P value is greater, then volume is also greater. Okay, so molar volume is depend on what here? T by P. So molar volume is depend on T by P. So therefore, we have to find out the T by P value for NTP, T by P value for B option, T by P value for C option, T by P value for D option. Right. So at NTP, T by P value. So here normal temperature and pressure. Here at temperature at NTP temperature value 273 kelvins and the pressure is 1 atmosphere. Therefore, for at NTP T by P value is how much? 273 Kelvin atmosphere inverse. Right. At B condition 0 degrees and 2.0 atmosphere. So 0 degrees and 2.0 atmosphere. At this condition T by P value. So here Celsius converted into Kelvins. Therefore 0 degrees plus 273. So therefore temperature is 273 Kelvin and pressure is how much here? 2.0. Therefore 273 by 2 is nothing but 136.5 Kelvin atmosphere. Atmosphere inverse. So that is the T by P value at B condition. For C condition, T by P value. So what is the C condition? 127 degrees Celsius and 1 atmosphere. So the degree Celsius converted into Kelvin. Therefore 127 plus 273 and pressure is 1 atmosphere. Therefore 1 is nothing but 400 Kelvin atmosphere inverse. Next condition D. So at condition D 273 degrees Celsius and 2 atmosphere. Therefore, so T by P value 273 Celsius converted to Kelvin. Therefore 273 plus 273 and the pressure is how much here? 2 atmosphere. Therefore by 2. So 546 by 2 is nothing but a 273 Kelvin atmosphere inverse. So finally we get four values here. These four values are what? T by P values. So T by P value, T by P, T by P, T by P, T by P value. So what is the hint here? Here greater the value of T by P. If the T by P value is greater, then volume is also, molar volume is also greater. So therefore 273, 136.5, 400 Kelvin atmosphere universe and 273. Therefore T by P value is more here. So if the T by P value is more, then molar volume is also more. Therefore, molar volume of carbon dioxide is maximum at C. So next question number 5. Distribution of molecules with velocity. Distribution of molecules with velocity is represented by the following curve. So velocity corresponds to point A. Velocity corresponds to point A is what? So option A root 3RT by M, option B root 2RT by M, option C root 8RT by M, option D RT by M. Okay, so different velocities they are given A, B, C, D. So from these, once you observe this graph, so in this graph, so point represent A. So these point represent what kind of velocities? Okay, so that is the question. Right. So here, once you observe this diagram, in this diagram, the point A, it is a most probable, it represents, point A represents most probable distribution of molecules. So here point A represents what here in this curve, point A represents most probable distribution of molecules. So therefore, at this point, it has most probable distribution of molecule, therefore it is a most probable velocity. So that is B. Okay, right? So B is the most probable velocity. Right. Question number 6. Which is distilled fast? Option A, liquid carbon dioxide. Option B, liquid nitrogen. Option C, liquid oxygen. Option D, liquid hydrogen. So among these four liquids, which one is distilled first? Purification. So which one is the distilled first? So here int is a liquid having lowest boiling point. A liquid having lowest boiling point. So that liquid is distilled first. Okay. So if any type of options they are given, so in that we have to find out which one has lowest boiling point. So which one has lowest boiling point? Because of if a liquid having lowest boiling point, then the liquid first undergoes distillation. Okay, distilled first. So a liquid having lowest boiling point is distilled first. So how we know that that liquid, particular liquid has lowest boiling point or not? So here, if liquid having low molecular mass, liquid having low molecular mass and less interactions in between the molecules, then that liquid has a lowest boiling point. If the liquid has lowest molecular mass, if the liquid having lowest molecular mass and less interactions in between the molecules, then that liquid has lowest boiling point. If the liquid has lowest boiling point, then that liquid is distilled first. So therefore, hydrogen molecular mass is low. After that nitrogen, after that oxygen, after that carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide molecular mass is more. So therefore, here what is the clue? If liquid having molecular mass is low, if liquid having molecular mass is low and less interaction, then boiling point also low. So therefore, here liquid hydrogen molecular mass is low and less interaction. Therefore, here molecular mass is low means lowest boiling point. If the boiling point is lowest means it is distilled first. Therefore, D is the answer. Next, question number 7. The van der Waals parameters for gases W, X, Y, Z are, so here they are given four kind of gases: W gas, X gas, Y gas, Z gas. And van der Waals parameters, those are what? A, B. So A, B van der Waals parameters. So here A value for W gas is 4.0, for X gas 8.0, for Y gas 6.0, for Z gas 12.0. And B value in van der Waals parameters, B value for W gas is 0.027 and for X gas 0.030, for Y gas 0.032 and for Z gas 0.027. Okay, so this is the data. From this data, we want to find out which one of these gases among these four, which one of these gases has highest critical temperature value. So they are asking what here? Critical temperature value. So here they are given what? They are given van der Waals parameters values for W gas, X gas, Y gas, Z gas. For these gases, van der Waals parameters A values and B values they are given. So based on these van der Waals parameters, we have to find out what? Critical temperature. Critical temperature. So among these four gases, which one has more critical temperature? W gas or X gas or Y gas or Z gas? That is the question. So hint for this question, hint. What is the critical temperature equation? So critical temperature equal to 8A by 27 RB. Okay, so here R value is constant. So therefore critical temperature is directly proportional to A by B. Critical temperature is directly proportional to A by B. So therefore critical temperature is directly proportional to A by B means for W, X, Y, Z gases we have to find out the A by B values. For W gas, A by B. So A value 4.0, B value 0.027. 4.4 by 0.027. X 8 by 0.030, 8.0 by 0.030. and y 6.0 by 0.032, 6.0 by 0.032, and for z 12.0 by 0.027. A by B values, A by B values. So here total 148, and here 266, and here 187, and here 444. So in which case critical temperature is more? In Z case critical temperature is more, that is 444. So therefore Z has highest critical temperature value. Next question number 8. An electronic vacuum tube, an electronic vacuum tube was sealed up during an experiment at a pressure of 8.2 into 10 to the power of minus 10 atmospheres and at a 27 degrees Celsius temperature. The value of the tube was 30 dm cube here. The number of gas molecules, okay, so the number of gas molecules remaining in tube are how much? That is the question. So pressure is given 8.2 into 10 to the power of minus 10, and temperature is 27 degrees Celsius, and here the volume is 30 density into meter cube. Okay, so from this given data, after the completion of experiment, how many molecules are remaining in the tube? That is the question. An electronic vacuum tube. So here electronic vacuum tube is sealed during the experiment. So it is sealed during the experiment at a pressure and temperature and volume. So the number of gas molecules remaining in the tube is how many molecules are remaining? That is the question. Option A 6.02 into 10 to the power of 14. Option B 8.2 into 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23. Option C 2.46 into 10 to the power of 6. Option D 8.2 into 30 into 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23. So right. So here from this given data, the suitable equation here PV equal to nRT. So ideal gas equation here N equal to PV by RT. So here N equal to PV by RT. So here pressure, because of we want to find out what number of moles here. So how many gas molecules are remaining? Okay. So N equal to PV by RT. So here pressure is 8.2 into 10 to the power of minus 10. 8.2 into 10 to the power of minus 10. So here volume is 30 density meter cube 30. So into 30, and the R value, this is the so universal constant value, that is 0.082 meters, and T temperature here 27 degrees Celsius, to convert into Kelvin 27 plus 273 Kelvin, therefore 300. So substitute these values in this equation. So in this simplification, 2 into 300 is nothing but 24.6. So here 246, 24.6 means point difference, therefore it is becomes to 10 to the power of minus 9. So but 1 Avogadro number equal to 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23, but here 10 to the power of minus 9 molecules are consumed, therefore remaining 6.02 into 10 to the power of 14 molecules is remaining in that tube. 6.02 into 10 to the power of 14 molecules are remaining because of 1 Avogadro number equal to 6.02 into 10 to the power of 23. Here 10 to the power of minus 9 molecules are consumed, therefore 6.02 into 10 to the power of 14 molecules are remaining. Therefore option A is the answer. Question number 9. In order to increase, the volume of gas by 10 percentage, in order to increase the volume of gas by 10 percentage, then the pressure of the gas should be what? Then the pressure of the gas should be what? That is the question. So here pressure decreased by 10 percentage, pressure decreased by 1 percentage, pressure increased by 10 percentage, pressure increased by 1 percentage. Okay, so that is the question. And here int is Boyle's law. According to Boyle's law, we already well known about the Boyle's law. According to Boyle's law, so pressure at constant temperature, pressure is inversely proportional to value. Okay, pressure is inversely proportional to value. This is the Boyle's law equation. Pressure is inversely proportional to volume at given temperature. So therefore, here in order to increase the volume of gas, so volume of gas increased by 10 percentage. Increased by 10 percentage. So here pressure and volume is what kind of relation? Inversely proportional. Therefore, if the volume is increases, pressure is decreases. If the volume is decreases, pressure is increases because of inversely proportional. Okay. So therefore, this is Boyle's law equation. Therefore, according to Boyle's law equation, pressure is inversely proportional to 1 by V. In order to increase the volume of gas by 10 percentage, then the pressure of the gas should be decreased by 10 percentage, because of volume is increased by 10 percentage. Therefore, pressure is decreased by 10 percentage is the answer. Therefore, the pressure of the gas should be decreased by decreased by 10 percentage. Next question number 10. Rates of diffusion. So rates of diffusion of hydrogen, deuterium, and helium gases. Okay, helium gases will be in the order. So they are given here four kind of gases. In these four kind of gases, what is the order of rate of diffusion? So option A, B, C, D. Okay. So rate of diffusion according to Graham's law of diffusion, according to Graham's law of diffusion, it is says that what? At given temperature and pressure, here rate of diffusion of the gases is inversely proportional to square root of molecular mass. According to Graham's law of diffusion, rate of diffusion is inversely proportional to square root of molecular mass. That means if the molecular mass value is low, rate of diffusion is faster. Okay. So and if the molecular mass is more, rate of diffusion is less. That is the concept is obtained from Graham's law of diffusion. So therefore here four kind of gases they are given: hydrogen, deuterium, and helium. So hydrogen, deuterium, and helium, four kind of gases they are given, and molecular mass of hydrogen is 2. Okay, so molecular mass of hydrogen is 2, and molecular mass of hydrogen deuterium is 3, and molecular mass of deuterium is 4. Molecular mass of deuterium is 4, and molecular mass of helium is also 4. So therefore, here molecular masses, rate of diffusion. What is the relationship in between these two? Rate of diffusion is inversely proportional to square root of molecular mass. Means if the molecular mass is less, rate of diffusion is more. Therefore, here hydrogen molecular mass is less when compared with remaining gases. Therefore, it is rate of diffusion is more. Therefore, this is rate of diffusion is more. Next, HD. Next, D2. So here D2 and helium both are having same molecular masses. Therefore, rate of diffusion also same. Therefore, H2 is greater than HD greater than deuterium is equal to helium. Option D. H2 greater than HD, deuterium equal to helium. This is the rate of diffusion. Next question number 11. In which of the following molecules, the van der Waals force are likely to be the most important in determining the melting point and boiling point? Okay, in which of the following molecule? So here A, B, C, D. In which of the following molecules the van der Waals force are likely to be the most important in determining the melting point and boiling point? Means van der Waals force, it is used to determining the melting point and boiling point, in which case that is most. Okay, so here option A carbon monoxide, option B H2S, option C Br2, option D HCl. So here int is, what is the int for this question? Greater mass of molecule. If the mass of a molecule is more, then van der Waals force is also more. Okay, so greater mass of molecule has greater will be van der Waals force. If the mass is more, van der Waals force is more. If the van der Waals force is more, it will be has more melting point and boiling point. Okay, mass is more for a molecule. If the mass is more, van der Waals force is more. If the van der Waals force is more and it has more higher melting point and boiling point. Therefore, in A, B, C, D, in these two, mass of carbon monoxide 28, H2 is 34, bromine Br2 molecule is 160, HCl 36.5. So here what is the concept? Mass is more, van der Waals force is more. Mass is more, van der Waals force is more. If the van der Waals force is more, it is easily to determine the melting point and boiling point, means higher melting point and boiling point. So therefore option C is the answer.